But all right. Getting into the actual chapter. Let's start with the cover story, right? The cover story. We had Do Feld. Even on the scans, it says Lou Feld, but the official still has it as Do Feld. He has a connection with MADS, the MADS Science Group. So, um, any speculation on how that might have went down? You know,
Uh,
any
uh,
theories on the whole Mads and Dufeld connection?
I think they call him the Loan Shark King. I think he was like the investor behind the Mads.
Yeah,
And and I like also to spare lines because I've been talking about Big News Morgan and stuff in Wolf Cake. He was among them. He was one of the five with Stussy and Big News Morgan. They were together during the wedding. They were
yeah,
talking all together.
yeah. I mean, they all kind of came together, so they probably seen each other a few times. They're all part of the underworld, so I think that would make sense. You know, for them to have some type of relationship. Even if it's just kind of a surface level relationship. You know,
Mm.
because that's what it
I'm,
could be, a surface level. Angel,
I'm curious why. I'm curious on why he has a flag that says pacifist.
why
Yeah,
what?
He has a flag that
five.
says pacifist.
I think that's what I think that was the Mads flag. I don't think that was his flag. That was on the ship, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Mads ship though. He just funds it. I don't think that was necessarily a representation of him being a pacifist. You know, I think the Mads group was probably like pacifists, or that's kind of what they stood for. Maybe not all of them, seeing how they got Queen there. You know what I mean? Queen don't seem much. Queen don't seem much like a pacifist. Him or Caesar. Hell, even Judge don't seem much of a pacifist. But could it be because something changed them over the course of time? Were they like pacifists before? You know what I
Wait, is
mean?
this supposed to be a flashback?
Is what's
I
supposed
would
to be a
assume so.
flash?
It's
Is
supposed to be a flashback? I didn't know.
mm, I mean the Mad Science Group don't exist now, so I mean
Yeah, I just thought he was walking around with a
Just
ship sitting.
look at the name of the cover story. It's another name. Now it's German 66 and emotion is curtain. That's how people think it's like another story on the cover story.
it's a hold on.
The name changed. Before it was with something with the drama like the family.
It's still
Now
the
it
same.
became emotion.
Nah,
It's just it was that okay. I thought it was something else before.
It's Germa 66 Oz, an emotionless excursion, volume 26. Lone Shark King, Dufil, charitable research. So yeah,
Okay, I thought it changed. Sorry.
but yeah, Angel. I think it's because you gotta think like right now we're in the Mads cover story, right? Like the actual cover story is about the whole Mads team as far as when it comes to Caesar and Judge. So I think this is just kind of giving us a little history on the Mads. So it's kind of like they're giving us history on the Mads group in the cover story. Maybe because Oda doesn't have time to give it to us like in the manga. You know what I mean? Even though I don't know why, right? Because we're in Egghead Island. I think Vegapunk would maybe could potentially talk about it. I don't know if there'd be a reason unless he was talking to Sanji, right? Like let's say him and Sanji had a conversation, and oh, you're Judge's kid. Yeah, back then me and Judge used to row together in this little ragtag band of scientists. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
If
but yeah,
this
it is a bit of a flashback, huh?
if this cover story is supposed to be a flashback for Mads, it should be funny.
Yeah, yeah. Joy Boy, what about you? Any speculation on like Dufeld, Mads?
yeah, I just think Dufeld was funding them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much the obvious thing. Y'all think maybe Dufeld is the reason why Mads fell apart, possibly?
No, because they were broke up because of what they were doing. It was more insinuated they were broke up by the government.
I mean, you don't think Dufels could have had anything to do with that? Maybe they owed him money.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is when you owe a loan shark money, bad things happen. You know. I wonder if like they ever owed him money. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like science groups don't normally make money unless they're like inventing stuff and they sell it. But if they're just doing research, I don't think they make that much money.